Welcome viewers, this is Politics Today. Hapa tunachapa siasa kama kawa, kama dawa. My name is Jonas Simba and this is Science Television bringing this to you from Nairobi. By the way, we are off Ridgeways Road, karibu sana. How was your day? Mvua imeanza. There is some rains out there. We are with Dan Paul Andenga, Uraia Trusts. I keep calling him priests. Karibu, Dan Paul Andenga. Yes. Our sign language interpreter is Esther Kendi. Give us your feedback. 0111 980384. 0111 980384. My Gen Z out there, if you're like Esther Kendi, our SLI, follow this show and give us your views because mambo squeezy ni vijana sana. Or am I wrong?
Really?
So. By the way, I'm noticing Nairobians are traumatized. Yesterday, was it Tuesday evening, I was in Jogoo Road at night. And there were people who had poured garbage on the road for some strange reason. And the panic and the trauma in the faces and in amongst the public was shocking. Yesterday again, when I was in Nairobi, and somebody was just putting something on his phone. It was like TikTok, and it was in a public matatu, and this was some kind of clip on demonstrations. Literally everybody in the matatu told the person to switch off that thing. Is it that Nairobians are now traumatized? Is these demos, are these demos slowly getting into people's minds? Dan, you're a priest. I don't know what you have to say, especially in line with what we are talking about today, public participation. Is there public participation without demos? Which is the best way? Is this the route that works for us? Are we going into French Revolution? You remember French Revolution in Paris? Where there was so much demonstration. Yes, people are asking for bread and the king could not get it. He said, give them cake. Yeah, go on.
So I think, so first of all, I want to thank you for hosting me again.
Yes.
And the Sign TV fraternity.
Right.
So the city you say is in frenzy.
Yes.
The city, county of Nairobi is in frenzy. And I couldn't, agree even more than that. Because you remember on Sunday,
right.
Maybe it's always important. I tell people always situate an argument before you contextualize it.
Right.
On Sunday, can you remember where the head of state was?
Jesus Winners Church.
You say that?
Yes, Jesus.
I cannot, but I agree with what you say.
Right.
That being in the city county of Nairobi. Right. You remember what he did? The speculation. Because I believe in evidence.
No. Actually, Jesus Winner was the other Sunday. This other Sunday, he was in AIC, Eldoret.
So.
Yes.
Assuming that we use both as case.
Yes.
In both the cases, there's something that he did. Did he give a token of appreciation or did he give sadaka? You called me a priest. Did he give an offering, a church offering, or did he give a token of appreciation? Or what did he do?
Actually, I only remember one very vivid statement.
Which
he said, we shall build the church and the gates of hell shall not prevail against. In the Bible, I see something like the Lord will build his church. And it's not the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. So is it a human
and if you
endeavor?
If you remember what you have just said, Jesus Christ was he called Peter.
Yeah.
And he told Peter, I give you the key. You remember? So that narrative is a long narrative.
Is it off for a human to say that I will build the church? Is it in order?
Yes and no. So, what is the charge?
That's you and me.
Yeah. So, if you want to build me, build my soul.
Right.
You know, man shall not live on bread alone, but every word that comes from his creator, isn't it?
Yes.
So, build me. You understand?
Right.
So, as we speak today, John, the country is in a state of what I would call lamentation area. Lamentation times.
Right.
Lamentation because the last time I was here, we were talking about a paper called CFSP.
Yes.
Today, we may be
County
talking
Fiscal
strategy
Strategy
paper.
Plan.
Yeah.
Is it plan or paper?
Paper.
Okay.
It's a fiscal strategy paper.
Right.
Today, we may speak about it, but nationally speak at BPS, Budget Policy Statement.
Right. These things were spoken so much yesterday by the controller of budget.
Yes.
Yeah.
Essentially, these are papers that
I got a bit suspicious. I think she watches this show.
Well,
Yeah, I
if
got
it
a
does,
bit suspicious.
that
Yeah,
should be
because she touched on the things that we spoke about. That might be coincidence.
Well, it could be a coincidence, but it is
Yeah.
time that we begin talking about our resources and services to Mwananchi.
Right.
So any luxury, anywhere, anybody would look at it as demeaning, first of all. Because where Kenya is headed to, and you speak about the agencies all over and trying to put up Article 37 in progress. I say it's because when you are moved, when you are stretched to the point of marginal utility, a point you cannot retreat, what do you do? What do you do, essentially? You have to speak out, you have to come out, you know, like what happened to the French Revolution.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So the signs that we are looking at today, from last weekend, this weekend, when he was in Madale the other day opening up the vocational training center, and there's a whole discussion about that vocational training center. That if you allowed, we would have a whole, 1 week to talk about it.
I'm giving you
Because-
3 seconds to speak about it.
Because when you speak about a vocational training center, essentially what are you saying? You are saying that let us take in as many agencies as possible to train them on artisanry, so that they have the ability to translate that which they have inside of them into artistic creativity. So you have sharpened the artistic creativity. Now, how many vocational centers do you have in Nairobi? So we have what he was opening that day. There is the other one at the Technical Training Institute, just behind Pangani.
Right.
And there's one outside Pangani now called Nairobi National Polytechnic, all serving the same jurisdiction. I mean, seriously, what are we doing?
3 within the same constituency.
Is there a problem in prioritization of what we must do?
Okay.
That is what Mwananchi is speaking to. Now, I'll give you a case for Tuesday,
Right.
because you mentioned about Tuesday.
Right.
Tuesday, I attended what was in Eastleigh. And so he had come to open it up. And one of the questions he put up across to them is in the school of cookery.
By the way,
In that school,
that was not Tuesday. That was Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday night. Yes. Yesterday.
yesterday he wasn't what I'm talking about. It was on Tuesday. I can situate both.
Right.
I can situate both. I live in Nairobi, so I'll situate both.
Right.
So on Tuesday he was in along Third Avenue of Eastleigh Section 1,
Yeah.
opening up a technical training institute. And he did put up a question there in the school of catering. If they would wish to have a machine to prepare chapati,
Yeah.
then what do you expect students to say? Yes, we need a machine that can prepare more chapatis. So he offered, generous as it's always been.
Was it chapati milioni moja or?
So he said he's going to provide a machine that can manufacture or prepare chapatis per day, 1 million chapatis, pieces of chapati.
Okay.
So I mean, that you expect that anybody would be very happy, isn't it? Especially the students or the pupils. Isn't it?
Right.
But what does that translate into physical expenditure? You know, we have hospitals that have no medicine. We have schools that have not received capitations. What does that tell you? That we have money, but this money has not been prioritized to be spent in a manner that is well.
So Kenya is not broke, really.
So Kenya, from where I see, is not broke. Now, yesterday, being a Wednesday, he was at St. Teresa. I'm trying to help you understand the scenario in Nairobi.
And of course, St. Teresa is a Catholic.
It is a school. He was at St. Teresa.
Yes.
And what he was trying to bring up to St. Teresa was the issue of housing, affordable housing project.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So he was trying to speak to the people about that affordable housing project. Now let me tell you something that happened. The convoy of His Excellency, apparently, the mobilizers, community mobilizers, that asked people to come on board in that convoy were supposed to be paid 10,000 each to move around.
Are you serious?
Yes, with the president. And yes, they were paid. But confirm how much they were paid. They were paid 1,000 and not 10,000. So these boys decided, they were all on motorbike, they decided to go to State House to seek what according to them was duly their own.
Oh, no wonder there was this
An
thing
extra
like
9,000.
social media.
Yes.
People wanted to storm State House.
Yes, those were the boys who initially had been mobilized to make sure they stage a show, to show mighty, to show that actually His Excellency had a following, and the following among the Gen Zs, to be precise.
Right.
So, what you saw on the streets of Jogoo Road,
Right.
what I saw on the streets of Juja Road,
Right.
what people saw on Thika Road,
What others saw on State House Road.
is a group of the youth that were so frustrated of what happened to them. Now, Jonah, is that the direction you want to go? Now, if you said that is public participation, it should be prohibited. I would be saying, no. Ask for what is right for your own.
You can't stop but feel sorry. I was seated next to a woman, and this woman, I don't know where she was taking her children, maybe to a medical facility or wherever. And the moment she just had somebody put something on the phone, and it was, whoa, she panicked.
Yeah, that was,
And she was not the only one.
it was crazy, bro.
Yes, it's like, for public participation, is this the route? Can we do without this kind of French Revolution approach? Because the French, do you remember? So many riots, and it took a process. It's almost becoming similar to what's happening. Are we now in a season of a revolution? And having said that, the status report that was launched at Charter Hall, was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yes. Okayed by the Governor Sakaja, stated that in Nairobi, less than 2% of the people participating in these forums, PWDs, people with disabilities, were actually less than 2%. And yet in itself, the public participation in itself was not properly attended. It's like the correct way of doing it, many people shy from it. They think it's a sham. They feel this street way of doing things is the one that is hard. What's your take on that?
Okay, so first of all, I want to agree.
Yes.
That unfortunately ago there was a report, a status report to inform how much is education.
Yeah.
Taken road to the city capital of Nairobi. A fortnight ago. And in that report, it touched on 3 major areas.
Right.
The first area was the area of civic education.
Right.
The second area was the area of public participation after they have seen content from civic education.
Right.
And the third area the report spoke about was civic engagement. How do the right holders engage their duty bearers?
Right.
More inclusive, the aspect of inclusivity
Right.
aspect. So the last time I sat here, I gave an overview of civic education. Basically, call it content.
Right.
If you have content, they say when you are knowledgeable, there are things you need to do.
I got some correction on 0111 on our SMS line that I shouldn't have said illicit tax flows. One viewer kept telling me that it should be illicit financial flows. I apologize. Maybe sometimes I speak and it doesn't really register that I'm saying the wrong one. Be telling me that I'm...
Again,
Sometimes I speak too fast.
It's
It is
about-
illicit financial
it's
flows.
about context. You are speaking to a forum you attended. A
Right.
forum that had been put up together by the Jesuits families. Remember?
Yes.
And inside that forum there was a topic. Which topic was talking about the illicit financial flows?
Actually, they were talking about tax justice. That was the theme.
Yeah. So
Yes.
so basically, and if you remember my trend when I tried to speak about it, I kept on talking about the Kirinyagas, how we mint money,
Yes.
and offshore accounts and issues like that, and devaluing that which we have. Okay, our currency today is not as strong as it was 2-3 years ago. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's because we have more illicit finances than what we should. So our currency has gone up. And I also remember that same time when we were talking about government expenditure and government spends on plans. Remember we talked about,
Yeah.
including where we are. The scenario we are in is going to heighten up round about May, June. It's going to be frenzy. What we are looking at now are basically ping-pongs. Why? Because the finance bill is coming up. The finance bill to allow expenditure for 2025-26 is now almost but here. So what you are seeing are basically, trends to show you the direction we are headed to.
Obviously, doctors will be on it.
Everybody, every sector will be on it.
Teachers.
Jonah, the last time I was here, I said, for you to understand budgeting and
Right.
therefore participate meaningfully, is you got to know what is it that happens where and what time. Remember?
Right.
So we spoke about the plans. I said we have a 10 mega plan, a 5 plan, a 5-year plan, an annual plan, whose expenditure is done annually by both national and county government. I spoke about the spatial plan.
Spatial, actually, you mentioned it as sectorial.
Sectorial. So sectorial plans are consolidated, they are consolidated. Every sector, the health sector,
Right.
the education sector, all that put up their plans, various plans for spending per year. But those plans are deduced from the 5-year plan here that I call the CIDP, the County Integrated Development Plan, which then I said is taken from deduced from the spatial plan, the mega plan.
The mega plan.
In that mega plan, the spatial plan is informed by, of course, the Vision 2030s and the SDGs.
Where, okay, now that you're on it, where did, of course you will come back to the issues of PWD and public participation.
Yeah.
But
Because
before
you cannot speak about public participation journal. In fact, the last time I was
without
you can't
yes,
participate in what?
fine.
Like the question you asked a couple of minutes ago, you were saying,
Yes,
looks like the country, the city is in frenzy. I had to contextualize, to tell you what the background. You see what is happening? It is because there was a promise, but which promise was not fulfilled. And therefore,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, where did the controller of budget have an issue with? Because yesterday she spoke very seriously about flaws in the budgeting of counties. Which areas did she address? Did you manage to listen to her? Is she called Nyakango?
Yeah, but
Yes.
it's not only the auditor general, it's not only the
Control
control
of
of
budget,
budget, it's actually
yes.
both of them. The auditor general and the control of budget. There's so much that is happening, but for you to understand
Yeah.
the content that the controller of budgets and the auditor general is speaking to, you must read the documents therein. Now, the documents that you must read are budget documents. Those documents will tell you how much money has been spent, for example, on recurrent, how much has been spent in a particular county or in the country.
You got it. There you got it. Because she spoke of, you remember you mentioned 70 and 30. And that's why I'm suspicious. She must have watched our show. Keep on watching Nyakango.
Thank you.
The thing is, she said that 70% vis-a-vis 30%. It's like some counties are putting everything on recurrent.
Precisely the point. And
Yes.
leaving capital on nil. Okay, and
Right.
that is it is against the law. The PFM Act is very clear. It says how much, what percentage should go to recurrent and what percentage should go to capital or development. But leave that alone as it is, my brother. Let me throw a span in the works so that you understand this. Let's speak on a sector, and the sector is health.
Right.
In that report,
Very key sector.
in that report, there is the SHA. The SHA is a system that is supposed to manage, the cash flow within the health sector. You see, we have the Social Insurance Health Fund. You call it SHIF. You've heard people talk about SHIF and SHA. Now, SHIF is what replaced the NHIF, National Insurance Health Fund. So we're saying defunct. NHIF, Quisha. It is gone. So what we have now is SHIF.
So nothing, okay. I
But
have
now
so many
SHIF,
questions. Anyway,
SHIF
yes.
is managed by a system called SHA.
Right.
Did you get me right?
Yes.
I said let's
Okay.
walk into a sector.
SHIF, Social Health Insurance Fund,
Fund is managed by SHA.
SHA.
SHA
Social
is a
Health.
system,
And SHIF is a fund.
is the fund. So now there was a problem that was flagged out by both Auditor General and the Control of Budget. And the Auditor General said, how is it possible that when procurement was done for the SHA
Yeah.
system that manages SHIF,
Now,
that procurement,
what do you mean by system? Before you proceed, what do you mean by system? Is it electronic system?
It is.
Is it?
so the system is electronic system. What was it supposed to do? You see, when you are deducted money to go to NHIA, for example, and then when you go to any hospital,
Yeah, we're about to go
Yeah.
for a break.
in that hospital, the system should show that actually Jonah has been deducted and therefore qualifies to enjoy from the facilities.
Okay.
All right, because this is a fund, it's an insurance fund, which you pay from where you work from. So the system is supposed to align your payment versus the services given to you.
Polytechnic. We are coming back on that. Dan Paul Andenga. Should I say Uraia Trust?
Just good, yeah.
Yeah, Dan Paul Andenga Uraia Trust. We are on Politics Today. See you after the break.